Prime Minister Narendra Modi's southern tour has now continued after launching a slew of projects in Tamil Nadu. He has arrived in Thrissur, where he is holding a mega road rally with 2 lakh women. The BJP has consistently worked on the women-led development. There are 49% of the country's population which is women. There has been several projects and schemes that have been launched for their development and welfare and empowerment. Right from the criminalization of the triple talaq to the welfare schemes like Ujjwala, toilets, Awas Yojana, Mudra Yojana and many more of such schemes. And of course, the reservation of 33% that has been brought in the parliament, the BJP has been able to woo the women population of the country. This has been evident in the assembly elections results in the 3 states of Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. The real challenge, however, for the BJP lies in the southern belt of the country, in the 3 states of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, where the party has not been able to win a single seat in the past general elections. Will the women outreach programs carried forward by the BJP work in its favor? Let's start off this conversation. Joining me on the telecast is the BJP spokesperson, BJP leader. I have with me Savio Rodriguez. Savio, quickly a response from you. Prime Minister Narendra Modi with 2 lakh women in Thrissur in Kerala. Obviously, a direct outreach to the women voters of the state. Will this translate to votes?
First thing, just a correction. I am not the BJP spokesperson. I'm certainly the BJP leader. And
I corrected that. BJP leader, of course. Yes, please go ahead.
Correct. Now, one of the main focus in the 2024 run-up to the elections, and it has been a focus of the government right from 2014, and it's a earnest desire of Prime Minister Modi, is to work towards the empowerment and the upliftment of women in India, and women across sectors from rural India to urban India to rural India. So what you've seen over the period of the last 7 years is Prime Minister Modi actually going out and providing for the women of India an opportunity for them to be empowered. Now, if you look at what happened, even say during the COVID crisis in a small state like Goa, most of the women, because most of the men in Goa, most of them work in south of Goa, work on the ship or were working abroad and they lost their jobs. It was the women that provided for the economic activity through various means that from home, homemade pickles, homemade curries, homemade masalas, and they actually tried and sustained themselves. So a lot of economic activity lies within the women skill sets, and a lot of entrepreneurial spirit in the women have evolved over the last several years. And that is what Prime Minister Modi is tapping into by providing different schemes. Now, you have mentioned the popular schemes, but there are also schemes that enhance entrepreneurship for women. Many schemes where working women can go and stay in women's hostels. There are various different schemes that the government has brought about to ensure that the spirit of entrepreneurship, or if a woman, for example, is without an economic activity or has met a sad fate or unfortunate fate because of a calamity, or a woman has lost somebody in the family that was a breadwinner, the government of India has been working towards ensuring that there is an economic activity that is done. Why is that necessary? It's necessary because it is our responsibility as government, as Indians, whether it is the BJP or any political party, to ensure that women in the country who do have a strong entrepreneurial bent are encouraged to become entrepreneurs.
Fair enough, Savio. But also, does this help translate votes for the BJP? We saw this has been amongst the 4 pillars of the BJP campaigning agenda. We talk about women, the youth, the farmers and the poor. And there has been, like I said, and like you mentioned, there have been a number of these schemes and welfare projects, and this has also been seen on the national policy of the BJP. We saw very recently the bill that was passed of the 33% of the women reservation in the parliament. So, again, the southern states, particularly Kerala and Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, are difficult states for the BJP to crack. Do you think this push and a renewed narrative that BJP is building in south of India and particularly in Kerala is going to garner votes?
Well, the idea eventually will lead to votes whether people want to vote for BJP or not. But as a government, it is important for the BJP and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to focus on a pan-India movement as far as upliftment and empowerment of women is concerned. If it translates into votes, wonderful. If it doesn't translate to vote, that doesn't stop the government from doing what it's supposed to do for the people.
Fair enough. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, quickly a response from you. So, this is a national initiative of the BJP. It has got nothing to do with garnering votes to persuading and influencing the women voters in southern states. Kerala at this point of time, the focus area. Is Congress at this point of time fearful or rather conscious and cautious of how BJP plans its next set of election campaigning in Kerala?
Mega kudos to Prime Minister Modi ji and Bajpa for reaching out to women and outreach where 2 lakh women would be invited. I just have a few questions. I wanted to ask the BJP's outreach cell, when will they reach out to the gang rape victim of IIT BHU? Who was gang raped by 3 office bearers of BJP only, who were identified on CCTV cameras within 7 days, and it took the police to file an FIR for 60 days, and they conveniently went to Madhya Pradesh to campaign for Bharatiya Janata Party, and these are not normal office bearers. They belong to Prime Minister's parliamentary constituency. Prime Minister didn't say a word, accepted. But Minister of Women and Child Development, it's her constituency also, the state where she comes from, where she gets elected. She didn't utter a word, and they have been grave charges. Today reports of police have come that they have been in habit of molesting women on the campus. There have been 42% increase in crimes against women. This was one ITBHU case. I just read that in this congregation that women are being invited, there are Narega workers, there are Asha workers, there are Anganwadi workers, there are civil and social activists. In October 2023, 70,000 women, Asha workers and Anganwadi workers across 26 states gathered for 30 days at Jantar Mantar to raising their demand for an increase in honorarium. They said they can't run their house in 7,000 rupees. Many of them are single mothers. None from the government representative came and met them. Talking about Narega workers, government did extend a guideline for linking the Aadhaar base to the job seats for Narega, leaving 34.6% of job seekers in Narega workers ineligible. So I'm saying that when you are planning an outreach campaign, when you are planning an you are reaching out, when will you address the issues that is tackling, that's actually...
there have been, during the assembly elections, particularly taking place in Rajasthan, now women's security and safety was a massive concern that was raked up by the BJP. There were a number of, like you said, number of rape cases, number of security problems, number of... and if we take a look at the wider spectrum of how the women voted in all these 3 states and Rajasthan as well, is this reflective of a turnaround in terms of women voters, their empowerment and how their vote counts more?
No, I'm asking you the simple question. In Rajasthan, I accept there has been violence against women, there have been crimes against women. But when did state sided with the convicted rapists? When the state sided with the convicted criminals? No. Here we see the people, the BJP office bearers, IT cell coordinator, co-coordinator, the Zilla Parshad member, they have been identified on CCTV cameras, just 7 days, clearly identified.
Okay.
And it took 60 days to file an FIR after magistrate pulled up the police.
Okay, so Savio, then a direct question. Dr. Pooja Tripathi says there have been a number of rape cases. Why is it that there are a number of BJP leaders who have been involved but no action that has been taken, or the lack of action and the delayed action that has been taken after enough evidence has also been provided, whether it is Kathua or we talk about the case that happened in Jammu and Kashmir, or for that matter in other parts of the country where BJP is ruling?
Let me tell you my point of view as a BJP leader. As far as the IIT BHU case is concerned, it has been my earnest request to the party as well as the concerned leaders that the 3 miscreants, the 3 alleged rapists and molesters who have now been arrested need to be given the strictest punishment possible, number 1. Number 2, according to media reports, they have been expelled. Two of them are a part of the BJP, one is not. Two of them have been expelled. But having said that, any BJP leader, whether he's in the IT cell or whether he's a minister or whether he's an MLA, if he is arrested on charges of rape, he should be expelled from the party then and there.
Okay.
The political party of the BJP or any political party is not going to have any stand whatsoever with rapists. In fact, Congress should also learn from the BJP on how to take stands as far as rape accused are concerned. Because these two boys have been expelled, number one. And number two, I personally believe that they should be thrown in jail and they should rot in jail.
Okay. All right. Quickly also getting Joyita Basu into the conversation. And Joyita, almost 50% of the population in our country is women. When we take a look at the trajectory in which the BJP is functioning, and particularly the rally that the Prime Minister is just now going to address of 2 lakh women, clearly showcases the kind of push resources that the BJP is taking forward for the women voters. And the big question is this then a calculated risk that the BJP is taking in its outreach for voters, and then which is going to translate or not translate into seats in Kerala and in Tamil Nadu and in Andhra Pradesh? And will this bargain work in BJP's favor? And then the other side of the story, you go ahead, do the outreach, do the Vikas programs for women, you don't have anything to lose.
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, there is no doubt, every developmental program that any government undertakes, be it the NDA led by BJP or the UPA, led by the Congress, every development program has an electoral angle to it in terms, whatever the government might be doing. It also is kind of needed, so that unless and until a party is in power, you cannot do any development work. So that is how you have to look at it first of all. And the second time, when you are looking at BJP's outreach to women, one thing that I think we need to look at, say for example, this skewed sex ratio. Now, when you are talking about almost 50%, it was less than 50% some time back, because there was a seriously skewed sex ratio in this country, which is right now evening out to the extent of being 50-50. So you see, that itself is showing that outreach towards women is helping. Things like, say, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, then respecting the girl child, you have to ensure that the girl child, you have to bring that girl child up, do not kill the fetus of a female child. All these things are gradually showing an improvement on the ground, and irrespective of governments. What we are witnessing with Mr. Modi's government is that special thrust has been given throughout almost 10 years now on issues related to women, say starting with, say for example, of course, as I mentioned, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, which is having a huge resonance on the ground, by the way. If you, this from anecdotal evidence, we can talk about.
Quickly like to interrupt you, Joyita. The fact that, okay, fine, when we talk about the northern belt, when you're talking about Uttar Pradesh and Bihar and Madhya Pradesh and Punjab and Rajasthan, we have traditionally seen that the percentage of the population that is male is much larger than the female population. In contrast to when we talk about Kerala or Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, the population is mostly balanced, female versus male. And then are these programs, when we talk about Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, are they then more fixated, more focused on the states, when we call them the Bimaru states, erstwhile Bimaru states, then versus the kind of approach BJP will have to take in terms of modification of its policies and campaigns and welfare projects when it comes to southern states? Because now there is a difference in how you have a more literate percentage of people living in the southern belt. Like I said, there is no the skewed ratio of male versus female is not seen in southern states, and particularly in Kerala. Does that also reflect how the state administrations have been working for women development?
Well, first of all, I would rather not go into any this promotion of what is happening about a north-south divide. You see, the fact of the matter is that skewed ratio that was there that you are talking about, it has evenly balanced out in most of the northern states now. And if you are talking about the lot of the women in the southern states being far better, for God's sake, what happened in Karnataka? For a free bus ticket, they all voted for the Congress. I mean, look at the number of women going for free bus rides. So do not get into this, binary of north being undeveloped and south being developed. There is nothing like that. Yes, certain states are doing well and certain states are not doing well. But when it comes to women, ultimately it is what matters is the society. And at the same time, remember that Kerala is a matriarchal society. So do not get into, it's very divisive. To me, it comes across as very divisive.
Okay, fair enough. Savia, quickly a question for you. And the same question, statistics don't lie. When we talk about the skewed ratio of male population versus the females in north versus what we take a look at in the southern states, there has to be a change in strategy of the BJP in approaching the vote bank, in approaching the women outreach program.
I agree with you. I'm saying it's important, and that is what the party has been doing, and that's what the government has been doing. It's identifying the kind of women, what are the necessities that are required, what are the kind of opportunities that we can make available to the women, and trying to balance it across pan-India. So when I said at the initial stage, that is not only a south or a north strategy, every state has its unique women population and a unique women set of skills. And therefore, the programs that are tailor-made nationally and at state level to ensure that women get the right kind of empowerment based on the skill sets that are made available to them within that state.
Fair enough.
Based on the resources.
Okay, fair enough. And also, one more question. Do you think it is going to be a more challenging task for the BJP? Because if the women population is being given benefits, is being given the welfare schemes, are being educated, are being given jobs within the jurisdiction of a particular state government, whether it is the CPIM or we talk about the DMK or we talk about the YSRCP, in a situation such as this, would it be more difficult for the BJP to persuade women to then vote for the BJP for whatever campaigns and agendas and welfare schemes that it brings forth, that tables out for the women voters?
You see, Megha, there's never a guarantee that the schemes that you bring out for any person, whether it's a woman or a male or a youth, is that they're going to vote for you. You do it with a purpose, having a long-term objective in mind. So when the BJP government, or in this case, is working on its outreach program for women, youth, and various other target audiences that we are looking at, we are not doing it with a hope that all of them are going to vote for us or there's going to be a change in the voter base. It is done with an economic objective. It is done with an empowerment objective.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Like I said, there's nothing to lose for the BJP. They are going to push their luck, do everything that is possible in their hands to break the jinx of not having won a single seat in all these three southern states. And quickly getting in Rajalakshmi Joshi as well. Rajalakshmi, what's your take in the all-round situation? The Prime Minister was in Tamil Nadu yesterday. He was in Lakshadweep just a while ago, and now he has arrived in Kerala. So, the poll bugle of the BJP led by Prime Minister has already been sounded in South.
Yes, Megha. There has been this definite attempt to have this outreach in all the southern states, and there have been a lot of inroads, especially in in Kerala and as well as in Tamil Nadu. More so in Tamil Nadu, I would say. But even in Kerala, there are a lot of efforts that have been going on whether it may be about the infrastructure projects, social projects, and even in cultural programs also. Like there have been a lot of outreach programs. So all of this, I think, is definitely a very good attempt to bridge this so-called north-south divide that somehow a lot of these political parties they keep talking about. And there has been a concerted attempt by a lot of these parties to make this thing more and more of an issue. This thing about this north-south divide, which I would say is not there, because culturally, if you look at it, we have all been talking about
No, fair enough. Culturally, there are these evidences that provide for a linkage between the Tamil culture, history, civilizations to the Harappan cultures, going back to 8,000, 9,000 years ago. And the Prime Minister has also acknowledged it and recognized it that Tamil is the oldest language across the globe. And that's a given. Nobody can take that away from Tamil Nadu or the people of Tamil Nadu. My specific question, when I mentioned the statistics, particularly with regards to women and the government's initiative to reach out to the women population of the country, when you take a look at the southern states, it is a sort of change in the demographics in terms of how the women have performed, what are the kind of opportunities the women have been given in terms of jobs, in terms of education, in terms of other benefits. How does BJP break into the clutter and create a space for itself?
See, Megha, there are a lot of these initiatives, out of which, the major beneficiaries, what I see as per the statistics, are women. Like, for example, the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, for example, if you see, 69% of those loans were given out to women. And even in the Stand Up India, the 80% of it, in fact, 84% of it was given out to women. And even now Pradhan Mantri ji, he spoke about the self-help groups. So even in the self-help groups also, the number of women who have joined the self-help groups in the last 9 years have it has been more than 7 crore women have joined the self-help groups, and the amount of loans that they have taken in terms of capital is worth more than 6.25 lakh crores. So that is the number of people, the women who have benefited from all these kind of loans.
Okay, fair enough. That's an overall picture, countrywide picture. Quickly getting in Dr. Pooja Tripathi as well. Now, Dr. Tripathi, it is important to take action. It is also equally important, or even more so, to be seen to be taking action. Has the BJP compelled the country to understand and envisage BJP as a harbinger of welfare and development when it comes to the 4 pillars on which it is basing its campaign: women, poor, farmers, and the youth? So women is a big check mark when it comes to the statistics that we witnessed in the elections that have recently been held in the 3 states, Central India and Western India. How do we see BJP's uptick in the voters from the women's population, and what is it that the Congress is going to do to curtail this BJP campaign?
I think Megha, not as a political party, but as a government of day, it's important that, the party that is in power reaches out to the various sections of society. What we saw yesterday, the government rolling back a truck drivers hit and run case bill because truck drivers protested against the thing. I am saying you have all the room for outreach, but consultation, where is the room for public consultation?
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.